Hi, my name is Anthony Allen, and this is my 2-1 video vlog of the relationship between technology and society. I chose the cell phone technology because it has shaped the way we talk to people, or lack thereof. And it's not really a new technology. It came out around 1973. Where it was first created to look like and function like we have today. Dr. Martin Cooper designed the first cell phone. It was worked more like a more advanced walkie-talkie with added features like call waiting and long distance, making long distance calls. And it worked by using the cell phone signal to bounce off of towers and connect to the person on the other line. In the early ages of the cell phone, it was the technology was very expensive, and the battery life was not that great. So most of the phones were incorporated into vehicles because it was attached to the car battery. And the first phones were wired, and it was used by wealthy businessmen because they were so expensive to use and so expensive to own and operate that they were about the only ones who can afford it. Eventually, cell phones got a little cheaper, as in the smaller, slimmer battery life got a little better. And we switched from an analog system to a digital system, which went from less than 1 gigahertz to 2 to 3 gigahertz. And with that type of network speed, we're able to incorporate the internet, because the internet was still young in the late 90s, still wasn't used like it is being used today. And we had two-way pagers around that time, and it hadn't been incorporated into the cell phone yet. And eventually, we pushed manufacturers to incorporate two-way messaging, i.e. text messaging, into the cell phones. So we were able to text message and share videos and photos. It shaped our society because now crimes like sexting, where somebody can, if it's done with a minor, sending nude photos of themselves or videos to a minor is illegal, when 25 years ago it was non-existent. And it has ruined relationships because of the social media age, and the widespread use of that, and where people are inviting everyone into their personal life, and basically nothing is to be desired. We do like the cell phones now. They're better, way better than they were back then. But with the cost, because of all that new technology we have, like touch screens and all the applications that are on there, they're very, very, very expensive to purchase, and they're very, very fragile, unlike the older cell phones. And now, people are starting to use cell phones to videotape on the women's skirts, which is pretty gross. And it's kind of messed up. And people are cheating through cell phones, which is weird because, we're just finding any vice to, express ourselves. And another thing we're starting to do is using less words. We're not dictating our words, because we're abbreviating everything in a text message, so it's leaking over into the way we speak. Using emojis to express what we're saying instead of just telling someone what you're trying to say. Another area of concern is driving with a cell phone. And driving with a cell phone is pretty bad because it takes your eye off the road, and most of us have children, and the last thing we want is something to happen to us and our our children while we are in control of a vehicle because we want to check a text message, which is not that important. But nowadays, that has caused thousands of people to lose their life because of a cell phone text message. AAA says about 4 out of 5 of us can admit to having a cell phone, talking on the cell phone. And then, I mean, it's it's a problem that people were going to have to be aware of and kind of fix it before, we all are going to lose our life or end up in the ditch, with, a cell phone text message coming in. That's the last thing you want to do on this earth is send a text message out. Another area where it's really affecting us is learning. Our kids are very, very have an ADHD, and they want to say it's because the use of the cell phone, and the fact that how much attention that they're having on there, and it's difficult for the teachers and the professors to actually teach the students, the lesson because they're so focused on what's going on in, social media, what's going on out there in, the general public instead of focusing on what's in front of them, to the point where school districts or in colleges like Abilene Christian are using tablets because it's something that our kids like to use to learn. Well, they're using that to get to our children. And they're also incorporating cell phone free zones where you can't have a cell phone in your classroom, and if it's taken from you, you have to actually pay to get it back. But I think eventually the continued use of cell phones and the dependency of it will lead to a society of antisocial people who can only talk through a device instead of, person to person. This concludes my vlog. Thank you.